Hi, and welcome to Square TV, where it's hip to be square. Another beautiful day here in San Diego, and coming up next we have an exclusive interview with Elephant Eater Comics. Enjoy.
Hey everybody, this is Michele here with Square TV. We're doing our premiere interview. I'm sitting here with Ryan Claytor, creator of Elephant Eater Comics. So Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. How about yourself?
I'm doing great too. So Ryan, why the name Elephant Eater Comics anyway?
Well, that was a saying that my dad used to tell me all the time growing up. He says, well, it's like eating an elephant. You just do it one bite at a time, and before you know it, you're done. So I always think about that when I have big tasks in front of me, like, making books or going through grad school, and kind of keep me grounded and also pay tribute to the pops at the same time.
Your dad was a smart man. That's some really good advice. But have you ever actually eaten an elephant?
All the time, every day I eat my elephants.
Okay, you got me beat right there. So as far as the convention circuit goes, do you actually work those? And if so, what's your favorite con?
Yeah, I try to get to as many conventions as economically possible for me. I do mainly the ones in California, but I've also been to conventions in Oregon, New York, Arizona, and I did a big tour last summer where I hit like 18 different states and a couple Canadian provinces. So yeah, I go around to the conventions as many as possible.
What sort of books do you have for sale right now?
Same ones I had last summer, which is The Collected and Then One Day, which collects issues 1 through 4. And those are kind of in a page-a-day format where each page is a different day of my life in comic book form. Number 5, which is more of an illustrated journal rather than comics, and number 6, which was part of my research in grad school on autobiography and comics. I found this theory which states that autobio is no more truthful or valid than fiction, which got me thinking, what could I do to make it any more truthful or valid than it already is? Because basically, autobio is just one person's subjective viewpoint of themselves.
Right.
So, in order to contribute a greater objectivity to the genre, I started interviewing a bunch of people in my life with questions about me, but I didn't interview them face to face because I didn't want to influence their responses. So I made these questions in the form of a box of flashcards and put each person in an isolated room with just the questions and a tape recorder and let them have at it.
Wow, how fun is that?
The most recent one is a comic book transcription of those interviews.
Very cool, it's quite the collection.
Thanks.
So now back to the cons. Can you tell me about a good experience you had at a convention? I'm sure you had a ton of great experiences. Can you tell us about one of them?
Oh man, I love going to conventions because creating comics is such a solitary environment. You're sitting there by yourself at your desk drawing for hours and hours, and being able to share it with your readers is really rewarding. So I love it when I get little kids coming up to my table and just stoked on my books, or sometimes there'll be folks in high school who bring up their portfolio and are really intimidated about showing it, but I'm always try to be super supportive and give them a tip or two, and then like longtime readers will come up who I'll see at a bunch of conventions. So there's always tons of cool experiences at conventions. I love it. I love interacting with people, so it works for me.
How sweet. So enough of the mushy stuff. Tell us about an embarrassing experience you had.
An embarrassing experience. I was at this convention in Portland one time, and there was this dude in a Mexican wrestling mask.
Luchador.
Yeah, lucha libre mask, and he had a zoot suit on and a cactus tie, a cacti.
Oh no!
And he was walking around the convention. I saw him coming in, but didn't pay much attention to him because that's a con. You see stuff like that, and then he comes up to my table and he's looking through these books real close, and I'm just talking to him and say, "Hey, can I help you?" And he just kind of looks up at me and he says, "I know who you are, DJ Nature Boy," which is the name that I went by. I DJ'd on a college radio station when I was an undergrad.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, what in the world? Like, nobody knows that. I'm like, who are you? And he like dramatically pulls off his mask and reveals this DJ that I used to DJ with, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and we haven't talked since. And he's like, "I saw you were coming on your website, and I had to be totally secretive about it. I really wanted to talk to you, but So anyway, that was a neat, embarrassing / fun experience that I had at a convention.
That was totally fun.
Yeah.
Well, good to run into old people and things like that there.
Definitely.
Good times, good times. Now, is this your full-time job, or do you actually have a life outside of the comic world?
This is not my full-time gig. I'm a college professor too. I teach in the multimedia department right now at San Diego State University and a community college in the area as well.
Excellent, right down the street from where we are, so that sounds like fun. But back to your comic at Elephant Eater, do you have to do everything yourself, or do you have a team that you work with, share the responsibilities?
Nope, you're looking at the team.
Nice.
I write, illustrate, publish, produce, design, market, everything that has to do with Elephant Eater Comics I'm doing.
Oh, my hat's off to you. One-man show here. Okay, now for some quick-fire questions. Superman or the Hulk? Which one would most likely date Paris Hilton?
Superman's such a goody two-shoes. It'd probably be the Hulk. Hulk, smash, Paris.
Yeah, I definitely
Although Paris might
agree.
want to look out.
Okay, one more. Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne? Which one is more likely to buy Yahoo out from underneath Microsoft's nose?
Only because I just saw Iron Man and it's amazing. I'm going to say Tony Stark. Go see Iron Man if you haven't yet.
So Ryan, I just want to thank you for your time today. We really appreciate you. You know, we're always here at Square TV for the small press guys. If any of our viewers at home have any more questions about your comics or are interested, where can they go and get some more information on that?
Well, since you asked, it's elephanteater.com.
Excellent. What other kind of things can we expect to see on that site?
There's comics, there's news sites, there's contact info, appearance schedules, all sorts of stuff on there. Anything you want to know about what I do, find on there.
And remember, you can always log on to www.square-tv.com for more information about Elephant Eater Comics. Also stay in touch because we're going to have more information on the upcoming 2008 San Diego Comic-Con, and check it out because you're going to see Ryan there and we'll be there as well. Thanks again.